You're welcome to Made to Last TV, and today I'll be talking about parenting. And the title is What You Do Matters More Than What You Say. The parenting truth many ignore. If you are a parent or you plan to become one someday, this message is for you. One of the biggest lies we tell ourselves as parents is this: as long as I tell my children the right things, they will turn out right. But that is not the truth. Children don't become what you tell them, they become what you show them. And today, we are going to talk about why what you do matters far more than what you say in raising children. I'll be discussing this under 10 points. And the first one is children learn more with their eyes than their ears. There is a powerful quote often attributed to Albert Einstein, and that quote is: setting an example is not the main means of influencing others, it is the only means. Whether he said it exactly that way or not, the principle is true. Children are observers before they are listeners. Long before they understand grammar, they understand behavior. They process patterns. You can shout, "Don't lie." But if you lie in front of them, you have already trained them. You can preach, "Respect people." But if you insult your spouse or disrespect domestic staff, your children have already learned the real lesson. Your life is louder than your voice. Point number 2: your marriage is their first classroom. For those of you who follow my relationship content, you already know this, that what I'm about to say now, that the way you treat your spouse becomes your child's definition of love. If a boy grows up watching his father constantly belittle his mother, that becomes his normal. If a girl grows up watching her mother tolerate emotional abuse, that becomes her normal or her standard. You may sit them down and say, "Marry someone who respects you." But what did they see at home? Children don't learn love from motivational speeches. They learn love from daily interactions. That's why the environment you create matters more than the advice you give. Point number 3: emotional regulation is caught, not taught. You can teach your child, "Don't shout, control your anger, be calm." But if every small inconvenience makes you explode, guess what you are raising? A mirror. Children copy emotional responses more than moral instructions. If you panic at every problem, they will grow up anxious. If you insult people when you are angry, they will grow up verbally aggressive. If you handle conflict with maturity, they will naturally imitate that. Parenting is not about perfect speeches, it's about consistent modeling. Point number 4: integrity is demonstrated, not announced. You tell your child, "Work hard," but they see you cutting corners. You tell them education is important, but they never see you read a book. You tell them, be disciplined, but they watch you procrastinate daily. Your behavior silently cancels your instructions. Children are not confused by what you say. No, they are confused by the contradiction between your words and your life. If you want disciplined children, be disciplined. If you want focused children, be focused. If you want respectful children, be respectful. Point number 5. Fear produces compliance. Example produces character. Some parents believe shouting and strict rules are enough. Yes, fear may produce temporary obedience, but it does not produce internal values. When you are not around, what will guide them? Your words or your example? Let me say that again. When you are not around, what will guide them? Your voice or your example? When your character becomes their model, they behave well even in secret. That is the goal. Not control, but character. Point number 6, the power of silent messages. Every single day, you are sending silent messages to your children. How you talk about money, how you treat people who cannot help you, how you react when things go wrong, how you handle disappointments, how you treat your own parents. These silent messages shape their world view. If you constantly complain about your life, they grow up resentful. If you constantly blame others, they may grow up irresponsible. If you take responsibility, they will learn accountability. You are raising future adults, and adulthood begins in your living room. Point number 7. Apologizing to your child teaches more than commanding them. This is where many parents struggle. They believe authority means never admitting fault. But when you apologize to your child for overreacting, you teach them humility, emotional intelligence, accountability, strength, and control. That is strength under control. A parent who says, I am sorry, I was wrong, raises a child who understands maturity. You don't lose respect when you apologize. You gain credibility. Point number 8. Your habits become their habits. If you wake up early consistently, they learn discipline. If you prioritize health, they learn self-care. If you gossip daily, they learn criticism. If you are always on your phone, they learn distraction. You cannot raise focused children while living a distracted life. Children are products of atmosphere, and atmosphere is created by daily habits. Point number 9, the long-term effect. The scary part about parenting is this: you may not see the results immediately. A 6-year-old may still misbehave. A 10-year-old may still test boundaries. But what you consistently model becomes embedded in their subconscious. Years later, when they are adults facing tough decisions, they will hear your example louder than your lectures. They will hear your examples louder than your lectures. They will remember how you handled pain, how you handled betrayal, how you handled money, how you handled conflict. That is when the seeds you planted will show. Point number 10, the last but not the least, practical steps starting today. I don't just want to tell you, I want to give you steps that you should follow as parents. So I'm making this very, very practical. So if you want your children to change, start with yourself. Ask, do I live what I preach? Do I treat my spouse the way I want my child to treat their future partner? Do I handle stress in a healthy way? Do I apologize when I'm wrong? Do I show discipline in my daily life? Instead of shouting more, model more. Instead of threatening more, demonstrate more. Instead of lecturing longer, live stronger. And finally, parenting is not about perfection. It's about alignment. When your words and your life agree, your influence multiplies. Your children may ignore your speeches, but they are studying your lifestyle. And whether you realize it or not, you are writing a script they may follow for the rest of their lives. So choose carefully, because in parenting, what you do will always matter more than what you say. If this message has blessed you, please share it with other parents. And if you believe in building peaceful and productive relationships in marriage that will last, subscribe to this channel. Once again, it is Made to Last TV. Let's raise children who don't just hear values, but see them lived every day.